And yeah, when you push it, it goes like a rocket.
Let me welcome you to today's episode. ...650cc bike, 6 positions.
Hi guys, welcome to the channel. This is the famous Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. I think that it looks just great in this red, shiny red, I would say, color. And in this GT version it has almost everything. So from the electronic suspension here with 2 modes, so the comfort mode and the sport mode, with the adjustment of the preload. So if you are gonna take the passenger and also on the standard model you get the center stand, the cruise control here, and the adjustable screen, so 2 positions. And what is very important, you get also the all LED lightings. So here very nice blinkers on the back, and at the front also LED blinkers and headlights. So it has also the power outlet. It is a 12-volt socket if you would like to insert the navigation, or if you would like to charge your phone, but you should have the USB converter. So here it is, separated seats, so very big seat for the passenger, I would say. And if I press it, it is not so hard, I would say, rather than it's soft. Instead, the rider seat, it's a bit harder. Otherwise, it has the 18-liter fuel tank. It has double disc at the front, 4 piston calipers, and single disc at the rear. So the brakes are really efficient on this bike, I have to mention it. So I will also show it to you later. And you have 2 color possibilities for the standard version, so the red and that green gray version also. But this one comes, I mean the GT version comes in several colors, and this is just the red one. So here it is, marked 9 GT Tracer. So this one has also the quick shifter and the side cases. Here it's just the system for the side cases integrated, and in my opinion it looks really nice. So no additional steel or something on the way, and in terms of styling it goes with the bike. So the handlebar position The handlebar, it's quite wide, divided screen. So if we press again here mode, we go to the riding mode, and here we have 4 of them. So 1 more aggressive and 4 means riding in the rain conditions. Adjustable 4 squares. So right now we have the temperature of the engine 83 degrees, outside temperature 34. It's very hot, as you see. Otherwise a very standard commands configuration. So here you have the lights control, the blinkers control, the horn, and cruise control. On the other side, here you turn on, turn off the engine, and the menu wheel. The clutch, it's not adjustable, so here you can see that it's not adjustable, but it's very light. And on the other side, the brake, that it's adjustable, the position of the key a bit low. First thing, the riding position. I have to say that the riding position, it's very nice on this one. I feel very comfortable. My legs are not cramped. I am 6'1" or 185 centimeters tall, and I really feel comfortable on this bike. What I would like to say is that this handlebar, it's pretty close to you as a rider, but you can get used to it, so it doesn't bother me. And after 1 hour of riding, I am already used of this handlebar being so close. So the legs are very nicely positioned, hands are really nice on this handlebar. The handlebar, it's wide, 885 millimeters, so you have a good position. You're in charge of everything on this bike, and the bike feels very nimble. It is almost like I would be riding 600. So the chassis of this bike, it's unbelievable. I have to say it. The brakes are efficient, really efficient. I mean, I don't know how durable they are, but when you squeeze them, you just stop. So this engine, this is a CP3 triple engine. It's really in very nice relationship, I can say, with these brakes. So the engine, it's aggressive if you want it to be, and the brakes are the same. So if you squeeze them hard, you just stop. Let me check it. So riding at 60 kilometers per hour, and I will use the brakes now. Very capable, very capable, I have to say it. The quick shifter works very nicely also, and also down. So it is slick, and it's not clunky. So very well made quick shifter. I think that this is the best that I rode. Let me check it again from third to fourth. Yeah, very precise and quick. And also, if you put one gear down, it goes really nicely. So the leaning in the twisties, it's a piece of cake with this bike. This bike, it's a sport touring bike, but I have to say that it's a lot more sport than touring. So the chassis and the suspension, this one has the electronic suspension. It's just very sporty. So this is a sports bike in the touring disguise. For my taste, this suspension, it's a bit too hard. Even in the position. So it is a bit hard, but maybe it is adequate if you are riding 2 up. I didn't try 2 up, so I cannot judge more than I said. If you push this bike, it feels planted and very stable, and it is more sport than touring, just like I said. The throttle response, it's appropriate. There is no jerkiness. I remember those reviewers and testers that all the time were complaining about the jerkiness of the throttle, but on this one I think that it's nice, it's appropriate. There is a bit of jerkiness, but this is just a tiny jerkiness, you know what I would like to say. So this is a very powerful bike. It has almost 120 horsepower, and it's a triple, so the engine response is instant and immediate. Maybe the suspension of the standard one would be just enough for me in terms of touring. For those of you who would like to ride it in a sport manner, you have also the one for the suspension, and this means even harder, but I think that for the touring purposes, even 2, it's too hard, at least for me. What about the screen? I have to say that here I have to confirm also what others said, and you have some turbulence on your helmet, even on the lower and on the higher position, so not really efficient screen in these terms, but it looks nice, and it has 2 positions, so adjusting the right position, it's a piece of cake even when you are riding. But you should be aware that for me, that I am 6'1" or 185 centimeters tall, it is just not efficient. The seat, it's just hard enough, and I would also say soft enough. Do not have to complain here, but I have a feeling that I am pushed a bit forward. I don't know, maybe in the lower position this seat would be nice and very appropriate for me, but on the higher position I just feel that I'm slightly pushed to the tank. I am always looking for bikes that are equipped with the center stand, but it is very hard to put this bike on a center stand, at least for me. And you know me, I am 100 kilos, and just like I previously told you, 185 centimeters tall, so I cannot imagine somebody that it's shorter than me and not so strong, I have to say, to put this bike easily on a center stand. So the CP3 engine, wonderful, really wonderful. It doesn't matter which gear, it doesn't matter at what speed, you just open the throttle, you twist the throttle, and you are quickly, very quickly at 100, 120. This engine is also torquey from low down. It has 93 Newton meters of torque at 7,000 RPM. So this is a low number. It revs till 10,000 when it reaches the highest power, 119 horsepower, and this is way more than enough for the road. So even 2 up, this bike is capable. Don't worry, really, don't worry. It looks very nice for me. I can see clearly everything. Here is the speed, here is the gear right now, here is the riding mode, here is the odometer, here is the right part of the screen with 4 different adjustable measurements. Other positive side, it's the ride with the chassis, the brakes and the stability. This is a very stable bike. The gearbox, it's very refined, even if you are using the clutch. so gears enter very nicely. The other positive side, it's about these handguards, really effective, so your hands are behind them, covered, and very safe. The fuel tank, it's 18 liters, and the average consumption of this bike should be around 5 liters, so it has a pretty good range if you are riding it, let's say, calmly. If you are riding it normally, I just feel that this bike is very well balanced, and the weight it's very well distributed. This bike is without the side cases, but they are standard on this model, and I think that this is a very nice solution that Yamaha went for. There are vibes, but I felt them only over 6.5. So this is a very high RPM on this bike, because you can cruise at 100 kilometers per hour at 4000 revs in 6. It's time to conclude. Let's do the 3 pros and 3 cons. This is a very good sport touring, but more sport than touring package. So you get everything. You get the preload adjustment for the rear part, you get the very effective brakes, you get the electronic suspension, you get the cruise control, you get almost everything for not so little money. I have to mention this, but this is just how it is. So 3 pros: the CP3 engine, wonderful, the instant power everywhere on the rev range, you just twist the throttle and you are already flying. The second one, it's the chassis and the overall feel of the ride of this bike. This is just wonderful. This bike, it's really capable. You can lean, you can go fast in the twisties, you can do everything. I mean, it's stable, it's really well made. And the third thing are the brakes. So the brakes are really efficient. The first con, it's the screen. So this is the famous screen that everybody is talking about. So I get buffeting even from the lower position. So I would really change this one if this would be my bike. The second con, it's the seat that goes down here a bit too much, and that's why I am pushed a bit close to the tank. And the third con, it's the center stand. I really don't know why it is so hard to put this bike on a center stand, but it is, so I have to mention this one. Okay guys, this was all. This was Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. I hope that you enjoyed. Till the next one.